So, yeah, I'm opening this session. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. It's Code Without Barriers, Fostering Inclusivity and Innovation in Tech. This is our topic for this panel. It's an honor to welcome you to this pivotal session of the FOSSASIA Summit. As we gather in the spirit of collaboration and innovation, it's essential to reflect on the foundation upon which FOSSASIA stands. Our vision has always been to champion the power of free and open source software. Well, that's what it stands for, right? FOSS, free and open source software in Asia. It's a tool for innovation, education, and social change. At the heart of FOSSASIA is our commitment to building an open, inclusive tech community. A community where diverse voices aren't just heard, but are integral to our collective journey towards technological advancements. So this panel here today aligns with the values of FOSSASIA and with Code Without Barriers. But not only discussing, we are here today, the importance of inclusivity and diversity in tech, but also showcasing how these principles are instrumental in driving creativity, problem solving, and innovation. Our distinguished panelists, with their diverse backgrounds and expertise, will explore how we can collectively work towards a more inclusive and innovative future in tech. And now you're asking yourself, who are our panelists? You can see them here in front of us and also in the background. I would like to introduce them. We have Ms. Nguyen Nyaup Lan An here on the right-hand side. Hello. Yeah, please welcome her. Then we have Ms. Saranya Sriram here from India. Hello. And we have Mr. Duan Nyo Wang. You will correct me in a moment. Welcome here. So my name is Mario Belink, and I would like to tell you a little bit about the background of our panelists at first. So Ms. Nyaup Lan An is the Chief Technology and Operations Officer at Standard Chartered Bank Vietnam. And she holds this position since December 2022. In her role, Lan An is responsible for overseeing the bank's transformation, technology, and operations. Her domain spans various critical areas, including corporate institutions and commercial operations, consumer, private, and business banking operations, operations resilience, and financial crime surveillance operations, alongside information and cybersecurity. So a lot of different areas are in her responsibility, a very impressive background. With an impressive career spanning over 22 years, Lan An has amassed extensive experience in the financial services and banking sector with multiple multinational organizations. So, yeah, very good background here. We're very eager to hear in a moment about your ideas, how we can bring inclusivity forward. Then we have Ms. Saranya Sriram. Saranya is the lead for Asia Cosmos DB Microsoft, and she stands at the forefront of cloud innovation as the principal product lead for Asia Cosmos DB at Microsoft. Based in Singapore, she orchestrates the development of Microsoft's cutting-edge globally distributed database service, ensuring its pivotal role in Asia Microsoft's cloud platform. Saranya's journey at Microsoft began with her leading the Asia Cloud Solution Architect team, where she tackled technical challenges and spearheaded projects across APAC, enhancing cloud infrastructure, security, and IoT deployments. Educationally, Saranya boasts a dual degree in computer science engineering and physics from BITS Pilani, India, with research in quantum computing, definitely a future field as well. And she holds an executive MBA from the University of Chicago Booth Schools of Business, graduating with a high honors. And what I find very interesting is you are fluent in English, Hindi, Kannada, and Tamil, so quite a number of different languages. And yeah, last but not least, Mr. Duanyo Wang is a senior engineering manager at Nasdaq. Duanyo Wang has made a significant mark at Nasdaq over his tenure, renowned for fostering a culture of mutual learning and growth. His journey at Nasdaq, spanning nearly a decade, showcases his evolution from focusing on technical prowess to embracing and teaching soft skills, team management, cultivating a strong team ethos. And his career began at Vietnam Airlines as a software engineer after graduating from the Military Technical Academy with a degree in information technology. So, a very technical background as well. And I think now we have an idea who's here on stage and would like to hear some answers about inclusivity from the panelists and of course about code for barriers. Yeah. Code without barriers, natürlich. No more codes. Yeah, as we are here in Vietnam, and yeah, I'm not Vietnamese, but I would like to respect the tradition. I would like to invite first Soranya, you to share about Code Without Barriers. It's an initiative that exists already for a while, but I don't know if everyone knows about Code Without Barriers. What is it? What's the idea of Code Without Barriers?
Sure. Thanks, Mario. Hi, everyone. Pleasure to meet you here. Microsoft, along with multiple partners, communities, started Code Without Barriers specifically to reduce the gender gap in technology. In our side of the world, it is primarily women, getting more women into tech space. That could be coding development, could be networking, just could be tech enthusiasts, could be understanding and creating a thriving environment for technology. So for the last, I guess, over 2-3 years, Code Without Barriers has been functioning across ASEAN, across Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. And I would say I've just got these stats and numbers just so that I don't get it wrong. But we've engaged, for example, in 750K of developers, about 11,000 individuals who have been skilled in AI, on cloud in general, public cloud. Hackathons, about 1,300 plus hackathons were conducted across. About 800 people were certified with certifications, 144 jobs that were posted, about 134 mentees. Like there is a mentorship program as well as a component to it. And ultimately, they also wanted to build some small things. Could be products, could be solutions, could be ideas, about 128 ideas. Multiple companies stood up as mentors. So there was MOUs and intent signed with companies. That could include being mentors, could be include taking internships and jobs, etc. So it's really a meetup or a conglomerate across ASEAN. And I just wanted to close here to say that this year we announced this to expand to India, to Australia, New Zealand as well. In Slash data, we did see about 30% overall women engagement in the last 1 year. Definitely part of that contribution, I think we can personally take on Code Without Barriers. But in general, I guess the awareness and the ecosystem is very, very pure in terms of the intentions that we are driving, and we are seeing results as well.
Thank you. And so where was it originally started, Code Without Barriers?
So a couple of women in Microsoft Singapore, I should say Annie, Sindhu, Sindhura, a couple of women came up with this idea to say, why don't we start this community engagement? Started as a small meetup, and then someone came up and said, why don't we do mentorship? Someone came up and said, hey, I'm technical enough, I want to run a hackathon. So it was actually a community-led brainstorming. And as these things came up, one very clear gap that was found is, well, all of this is great, but you actually want to see results. And by results, you want to help students, you want to help people, women, for example, in their journey for return. For example, women who have taken a break in career because of family, because of their children, etc. They want to come back to technology. Technology has changed vastly in the last 3-4 years. Where do they start? How do they build the right skills? So ability to have mentors, mentorship, ability to have internships, and actually have partners as customers or fellow Code Without Barriers, such as, say, Standard Chartered Bank or other companies out there, to say, hey, we will support this initiative. We'll be a part of this initiative. We'll make this our common initiative. So, it's Microsoft genericized, but now I would say it's more strongly community-led workforce, trying to bring more jobs to women, trying to bridge the gender gaps, and also men to support this as well, right? Like you're here and you're here as well. Yeah.
Okay, so I have later on some more questions to you. How could you get all this support and expand? But we are here and we're already seeing what you achieved. So you are getting more and more partners on board, not just in Singapore, where you originally started, you expanded to more countries, and you're expanding more and more in Vietnam. And we have you as a representative of Standard Chartered Bank Vietnam here. So what is the status? So you're on board with Code Without Barriers, and yeah, what is your idea about it? What are your goals? And of course, I want to know what convinced you. Yeah, how could you yeah, learn about it and like be convinced so fast? So maybe you could share a bit, Lanan.
Yeah, thanks for the question. So in Standard Chartered Bank, as Mario and Saranya just mentioned, we just signed the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding with Microsoft in early March, where we really committed to be a partner of with Microsoft for the Code Without Barriers programs. And the reason why we have decided to participate into the program is because we are really excited, and we see the program's structure, which includes mentorship, hackathons, and also contribution to the community, is really aligned with Standard Chartered Bank strategy for diversity and inclusion. Actually, in Standard Chartered Bank, we really focus on embracing a culture of diversity inclusion, and we have focused on 5 key pillars. The first one is gender equality. The second one is in terms of nationality and ethnicity, and also we focus on sexual orientation as well as generation, and also disability. So when we was sharing we would share and we discussed with Microsoft for the Code Without Barrier programs, we are really impressed of the approach of the program and how we can having the structures to contribute to the community and build up a stronger communities in terms of technology. And it really helps to upskill the people within Standard Chartered Bank, and also contributions to the community as well, so that we can have kind of ecosystem, a strong ecosystem, and being more embrace our knowledge in the technology fast changing world. So that's the reason why we have decided to join the program, because it's really tally with all the internal and external activities that Standard Chartered Bank is doing for diversity and inclusion.
May I know, like, I think Vietnam is quite at the forefront in the world. Like when I see like how active women are, how many women study in technology and finance, and like domains that in other countries are dominated by males. How is it in the companies? How is it, for example, in your bank? What's the status of women there? How many women are in leadership position? Could you give us an idea about that?
Yes, so in Standard Chartered Bank Vietnam, we are having right now around 70% of women in the organization. And we really focus on gender equality across different positions from the different levels, and even country management and senior management. Right now, we are having 54% of women in the country management team, executive committee, and around 41% of women in the senior positions. So people agenda of Standard Chartered Bank also focus on that we can embrace gender equality in the organization, and we can really support people regardless of genders and generations, to be access to the leadership opportunities and promotion opportunities. And just to share with you that last year we have received a certificate from the LEAD foundations for the equality, diversity, and also gender equality for Standard Chartered Bank. And we try to treat every employees equally. We even introduced the paternity leaves for our male colleagues as well last year, where even if our male colleagues having a new child, having a child, and also adopt a child, they can also having 20 weeks of paternity leave, equally to female colleagues in the bank.
Okay, that's very interesting because I can see how this program could actually work in different directions, how different companies and countries could help each other to achieve more equality and inclusivity in different areas. Yeah, we'll definitely come back to this point. We want to learn more from you about that, but we also want to hear from Duan, because I think that might be part of the secret sauce that you engage the men, for example, to support inclusivity. You're trying to get that on board, and I like that approach, because I know approach sometimes the Western countries is very against, yeah, or you're not this, yeah, like where people are more confrontational, and I really want to learn more about this, and also then later when I'm in Germany again, maybe I can share about this. Yeah, I have the opportunities. So, Duan, NASDAQ is known for its culture of learning and growth. So how does this program now, Code Without Barriers, plug into this, and how can you benefit? What do you hope to achieve with this? Maybe you start by sharing a bit about your culture and how like the whole background, Code Without Barriers. How did it all start with you?
Yes, it was a question about NASDAQ. From my view, women remain underrepresented in technical sector. So NASDAQ have a strong commit to help to resolve this issue. I mean, nowadays there are only 1 in 5 employees is female, working on in the technical sector now. For Vietnam, I think according to the International Labour Organization, there are only 37% employees is female. So for NASDAQ, we organize a lot of events, and we have Dev Cafe. Sorry, we include a lot of people who have the same passion in the programming. And each year we collaborate with Microsoft to organize a lot of hackathon events, such as .NET.com, Global Azure, and Women in Tech. Yeah, and I think we have aligned with the Microsoft passion in develop community, especially for women. Yeah.
And personally, how did you become part of the program? What is your story? How do you think you can support inclusivity in your company and support more women? I mean, 37%, it might sound not so high, but actually other countries have low percentage. So it sounds to me you're on the right track. So how are you doing it, and what do you plan as your next steps to get more women into also leadership positions, for example?
Yes, from my perspective, I think there are a lot of challenge with the women in tech sector. For example, firstly is about unequal salary and salary, because in Vietnam there are a lot of company even don't want to pay don't want to increase salary for people who are on maternity leave because they don't have a contribution acquired. But our international we don't do that. Yeah, and for work-life balance, we support a flexible working model, yeah, to allow our women can have more time to take care their responsibility, to take care of their child or family, yeah. And yes, I think that's I think if we work, can work together, I think we can build a environment where the woman can be equal opportunity to growth in tech sector.
Okay, so we have established that we need to change something, and we have taken steps to go in this direction. Of course, now the audience would like to know what is practically done. Practical, yeah. I mean, you said hackathons and so on, yeah. We all know hackathons. We actually just had a hackathon ceremony here a few minutes ago. How do you do this practically? How do you get more women on board? How do you organize? How do you do this with mentorship? There are many organizations. They have mentorship programs. What do you do specifically to enhance this also for women and also for men to change the mindset? Yeah, I think. You mentioned that some time ago to me that you want to engage the men. So, sorry, quite a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions. Yeah, please feel free to dive in.
I'll start, then others can add on. So, the way we think about it, at least we try to break it into 3 pieces. The first piece is just creating the love and passion for technology. That was pivotal, and the pace at which technology is moving. Like today you use the word AI, everybody is interested. And then you use security, privacy, ethics, these are buzzwords across, right? So creating that excitement in technology among students, amongst working professionals, among people from other industries, oil and gas, energy, media, be it whatever industry, that's the first part of the puzzle. And to be honest, across men and women, just the technology, urgency, awareness, you could use what we want, right? The second part of the puzzle was specifically understanding that there are biases in our environment just because of the involvement of men being more than women. So trying to get women to feel more confident, to feel like the whole soft skills piece of saying that, hey, I'm worth it, I can come and do more, I can sit and learn, etc. Right? So that the part of that means that what can I do more? What can I learn? That's why they start exploring to say, do I want to do coding and hands-on? Do I want to be technology enthusiast? Do I want to be technology evangelist? Do I want to be technology community person? So you can actually pick up that level of technology where you feel comfortable to meet your aspirations. So that was the second bucket in video. The third bucket is actually the ones that I told you is making it very real. By real, we said 4 tracks. We will do mentorship, so create mentors and mentees. Mentors need not be from Microsoft, they should be from Nasdaq, they should be from SCB, should be from all our partners out there volunteering to be mentors across men and women who feel comfortable to mentor women, for example. The second part of it is hackathons, which we have done. That is the community engagement. Pick up ideas, whatever topics. We used to have hackathon on AI. We could have hackathon on, say, distributed computing. We could have hackathons on the maximum sustainability and change we want in the environment, things like that, right? So coming up with ideas on hackathon. So mentorship, hackathon. The third part was certifications. So in this case, given that it was Microsoft-led and initiated, we try to bring in a lot of OpenAI, AI certifications, cloud, which is Azure fundamental certifications, all of them like the free certs that's available and trying to get into that. So that was the third. The fourth is internship and placement. That's the making real part. internship and placements again works with our partners by signing MOUs, MOIs with partners. We try to work with them to say, are you interested to get people who have these combinations of certifications with this hackathon, winner of hackathon maybe, to be placed in an internship or a job. So, yeah.
What kind of partners do you have already? Do you have any numbers? Is it like smaller companies also, or you focus on the main Microsoft partners? I mean, like Microsoft has so many partners in the world, right? I mean, and you cannot connect to everyone immediately. You have to go step by step, but you're advancing so fast.
Yeah.
Do you have any information?
So last year, so we keep signing MOUs at yearly basis as part of CWB, sometimes more than 1 year as well. But last year, the numbers are like 38 partners. By partners means companies, other companies who are willing to come and support. About 31 OSS communities. So they are also partners, should be like FOSSASIA is one of our CWB partners. So that's that. And then secured internships is about, say, 30 individuals were able to create internship job postings, opportunities, and landing. About 65 mentors as well. So it's I wouldn't say it's a great outcome, but at the time it's a very non-trivial and a real impact that we are inching forward. But now is the time for us to speak more, get the community more engaged, and for us to participate together to leapfrog. Yeah.
And so now let's hear from your partners. Lana, you have already talked about some ideas. What you can do is first steps. Could you fill us in? You mentioned hackathons. What specific plans are there for you to participate in Code Without Barriers?
Yes, because we, as I said, we are the partner with Microsoft for the Code Without Barriers program. So we also have been sharing the hackathons program, which is rolled out by Microsoft. So for Standard Chartered Bank, we're also interested to participate in the hackathon, where we can contribute as in our field, we can contribute to give a statement, a problem statement. And then it is a kind of a business case which the participants can look into and can look for solutions to solve the problems. Even in Standard Chartered Bank, we also focus on upskilling and training to our employees as well. Although we are not a technology firm, however, we are also operating in a fast-growing business context where the development of the technology and advanced technology is really fast-changing. So we really want to focus to becoming an organization where we can have the sustainable growth and a future-ready organization. So we having internally, we have the trainings for our bank's employees as well, focusing on digital and data, not only on banking products, but also on innovation, data and digital. And with participation into the Code Without Barriers program of Microsoft, we also look for the opportunities where we can learn from the communities and have the trainings from Microsoft and from the program so that we can benefit for our employees as well. And in return, we also can provide the mentorship and the coaching to the people in the community because we can give a business perspective and the business lens to the people in the community as well. And also in Standard Chartered Bank, although we don't have something like hackathon because we are not a technology firm, however, we also having some other programs like Launchpads, where we also have different ideas and different initiatives which the employees of the bank can look into and having consideration and analysis to see what would be the solution for those items as well, which is really tally with also the external activities which we also interested to join in with Microsoft for Code Without Barriers program.
And, yeah, I mean, very impressive. And let's hear from our other partner. Duan, here it is like we talk about inclusivity and diversity, yeah, and it's often the topic that stands like in the room and stands in front, but I think it can also have some advantages. I mean, not just some, it actually has huge advantages, yeah. And my question to you is, because your company is known for innovative solutions and for fostering innovation, So how do you think like inclusivity can foster innovation? How does it help you in your company? Like you get women on board, you do programs that you mentioned, you do mentorship. How can it help a company? How can it advance a company as well? Do you have any story to share or any information to share? That would be interesting.
Yes, at Nasdaq we have a program called Rookie program. In this program, we provide free training for to be graduated student for 3 months total free. And each year we have about 200 students graduate from the program. And we also a partner with Microsoft, so we collaborate with Microsoft to organize a lot of hackathon. In the last year, we organized a hackathon, and in the hackathon we use a service of Microsoft, OpenAI, as OpenAI, to build AI solution, and one of the idea is selected and now is invested by a group. So from my view, I think collaborate with Microsoft and FOSS to build a community is a very important for us. We also have a membership, membership program. Employee can be mentor new employer, newcomer, and answer question and provide guidance on navigating in tech industry. So yeah.
So would that be something for you? He mentioned they have a program in their company. Like, does this inspire you? Yeah, are you thinking about something like that? Yeah, like, what do you think? Like a program to enhance, and of course the question is, you're getting on board now with CWB. Do you think like it could help you also to advance, be like innovative? I mean, you are innovative, but there's always room, right? We always need to constantly innovate more. So, any ideas already?
Yes, so actually innovation and transformation is always a key focus, I think, of any organization, not only an organization and a bank like Standard Chartered Bank, because we having a lot of advanced technologies, in the recent business context, and even our clients are also having increasing demands, and they are also very digital savvy. So as a bank, of course, we need to rely on our core strengths, which is, the governance and the control. But we also need to ensure the digital values for our clients. So we really focus on innovation and transformation. In Standard Bank, as I shared earlier, we have been having the regular kind of the challenge competition within the bank to see what would be the initiatives we can do to continue to improve the way we work. And apart from that, we're also having kind of regular improvement habits within operations in Standard Chartered Bank, where we set out 1 hour every week for all the team to discuss on their current process and the current offerings to the clients to see is there any opportunity for the change? Is there any initiative to simplify and better service to our clients? And we also adopt the new ways of working and to ensure that we are really an agile organization. We're having adopted a concept called A3, which we, why we choose it at A3, because it is just like an A3 size, where we determine what is the problem statement, what is the current state, and what is the desired state we want to do, and what would be the action plan. So we really embed the agility, the innovative, and innovation in the ways we work. And it can be in very different forms. It can be new products or new service offering to the clients, but sometimes it can be a very minor change in the process, which really impacts effectively to our client experience and even to our team productivity as well. So I do hope that with the joining with Microsoft for the Code Without Barriers programs, we also benefit ourselves from the skills and the training which the programs can bring over to the employees of the bank, so that we can continuously upskill ourselves and learn new technologies and knowledge to keep us in alignment with the change in the context of very new advanced technologies, which is keeping at a very fast changing pace. Yeah.
So, Lan An, your background, you told me, is actually more in finance, but you are now the Chief Technology and Operations Officer. So I think you're definitely a role model, because you show as a role model, like it's possible to learn more and more about technology, get into the future, like technology topics, and and that is definitely impressive. And Saranya, you're also a role model. You already studied physics and computer science, two degrees on top of all the languages that you speak. So how important is it to have role models in the community, and how can we identify and foster role models? How can we spread the word about like key women in tech? I remember there was this initiative that people said, like, okay, actually there are a lot of women in science, even like in the 18th, 19th century. And people say, okay, we need initiatives to also share about them, because often only the men's stories are shared. Or sometimes there was a couple and actually the woman was behind the science and so on, because in the old times they weren't allowed to be a public figure. Yeah, but this drive to more equality and inclusivity, we need to continue it. Yeah, so we need role models, I think. But what do you think? How can we move forward?
So I think, interest of time as well, to kind of just make it real and wrap it up here. From my sense, I think identifying role models need to be a very personal endeavor. People need to pick role models that actually work for them. Sometimes people say, my mother is a role model, my daughter is my role model, things like that. So role models should be something that brings the best out of you. So in a way, two steps on that. One is feeling empowered or feeling comfortable to learn technology. I'll always bring it back to learning. Sometimes what happens to women is it's just the phobia, or you feel like, oh my God, I probably cannot, or I do not know how to learn that. And that's where CWB or these kinds of communities will help to actually just help each other to feel more confident. And once you have the confidence, it's really just making it happen. And so I would say one is role models. The two is just build your friendships, connections in communities. You all are here, multiple students, multiple working professionals. So use this time. And CWB page is there on LinkedIn as well. So please feel free to join the community and connect to network. And then we all are there to help you as well.
And Duan, talking about role models, I'm asking myself, can we as men, can we also be role models? Can we be role models that foster inclusivity? What can we do? How can we be role models? To show also the younger generation you can support women, and you can support equality, inclusivity. What do you think? How can we be role models as well?
Yes, I think role model is very important. I think role model is our one of our key characteristics in our culture. From my view, role model is all about futures. I mean, if your action align with your word, it means that your member or the team member will follow you and will believe you, and I think that's the key for all the action, not just in tech industry. I think role model is very important. And for our culture, I mean the Nasdaq culture, we always one employee in own level. have a role model characteristics. Yeah.
I guess equality is what he's saying. Treat. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm glad we are aligned on that. And yeah, I think there are so many questions I have, but time is limited. We're coming to the end, and I would like to ask you about a closing statement. Closing statement could be like, what do you recommend to other companies, other organizations? What do you recommend to other countries? Because, for example, you have already achieved a remarkable equality in your company, but of course we know it's never finished. It's an ongoing process. So what are your recommendations maybe also for the young people who join companies? Maybe not every company can be part of CWB, but how could they make, for example, a small program inside the company? So these kind of questions I'd love to hear in your closing statement. Anything in this regard? Lanan.
Okay, maybe I come first. So actually, I just sharing from my experience. I think the job satisfaction normally when we can have that is we can feel that we can add value to an organization. So whenever I take on a new job, I see it is important that I can really feel proud when I'm leaving that job, and I can say that I have really changed the team, or really give a better momentum to the team and to the job compared to the time when I took over that job. So I think that's key. So another thing I want to share, because I think several of the audience here are the students, just believe in yourself and try to expose yourself to different aspects and different knowledge. And technology is important because technology is right now like a foreign language. It is a skill set required in this era of technology. So please equip yourself with all the necessary skills, foreign language, technology, apart from the major which you are focused on in your university, and be brave to also expose yourself. Not restricted to Vietnam. If you can be mobile, you can come to other cities within Vietnam or even to the foreign countries, and always have an open mindset for impacting into the journey. So certainly you will make the success along the way.
Well said. I'll probably echo the same things. Just make it very short. Be very curious. Focus on learning. That is key. Focus on persistent and consistency. And also, specifically both men and women, try to create a good sense of equality around you. Join communities, learn friendships, and eventually I think as you start learning things, you will figure out what your passionate areas are. Join CWB, Code Without Barriers LinkedIn page, and you will see a like-minded community for technology for all of you out there. The group is open for men and women, yeah?
Just one thing from me, just the proactive to join community like us or something like that. That is it.
I also want to have a closing statement. So actually, I'm happy that we're part of CWB with FOSSASIA, and it perfectly fits in. I mean, like we ran Jugaad Fest, a hack and tech event to do hands-on Jugaad, hands-on hacks in Hyderabad at BVRIT, the Women's College. And all the guys in our communities, they showed up, and it was open for the day, and supported the women. And over the last few years, because there was COVID and everything, we couldn't do it afterwards. Again, we saw a lot of projects coming out from women. We see that online and so on. So I want to take a tiny bit of credit for this from the stories that I hear. And I know, for example, other people in our community, they were giving workshops in another place in Shenzhen, in China. So I hope that
by this panel and by also giving space here at the FOSSASIA Summit to this panel and to this topic, we encourage more and more communities and organizations to do this, and this is my wish. I want the personal level, I want everyone to engage, but I also want the communities to engage and see this more and see less confrontation, like you have this gender or you have this pronoun or you know, don't call me like this or don't go to this bathroom.
Agree.
I want people to come together, collaborate, and yeah, learn something, because the problems in this world are big. Climate change, a lot of problems, and we have to solve it. So we need the women. We need 100% of the global population to solve the problems, and I believe we can do it with tech. So yeah, you inspired me. Let's find more role models. Everyone should be a role model. And yeah, thank you very much for this inspiring panel. I hope we can continue it soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
providing us a chance on FOSSASIA as well. Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, big round of applause for everyone here.